FM, K222CX Houston.
The views and opinions expressed on all radio shows broadcast on KYOK are entirely those of the host, guests, and callers who are entirely responsible for all show content and do not in any way reflect the opinions of KYOK Radio, its sponsors, staff, or management.
When you walk out on that field today, ask yourself this question. What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's go! We ready! We ready! We ready! We ready! I'm going to the house! I'm going to the house! When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Football is getting hit. That's it. It's gonna be football now. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's hunt now. Let's hunt now. Let's go. Let's hunt. We ready? I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house. We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this trying to read the Miami Heat of football. Yeah. The bottom line is you got to buckle up with chin straps. It's embarrassing. Yeah. Don't disrespect the game like that. It's too much crying from them.
He's a man.
They can be a hit just like us.
He's a man.
You already make the big money.
He's a man.
I'm proud when you step on the field, man. That's who I did. When I step on the field, I send one message.
And this is what it feels like.
Oh, my bad. Your bad don't work in my world. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We ready? I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house. It's a wrap. Game over.
Now, this game is just getting started right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. We're streaming live on KYOKradio.org. It is our Oh My Goodness Monday, and I'm excited about it. I am excited about Oh My Goodness Monday for a lot of reasons, and I tell you what, you got to be locked in today because we got a special announcement coming up in the second hour. Special announcement coming up in the second hour. I don't want you to miss it. I think you're going to enjoy it. But wow, what a bunch of oh my goodness events this past weekend. A bunch of them. And I'll go ahead and start with the one that caught me by surprise, but then not really. Not really. I'm going to talk about it at some length because everybody pretty much had something to say about it. And that was Sha'Carri Richardson finishing dead last in her meet with the three Olympic medalists in the Prefontaine Classic up in Eugene, Oregon. It was the finale of the track and field season, and it did not go well for Sha'Carri. And she had comments that she made after the race, after coming in last, and boy, that sent Twitter in a frenzy. I mean, folks who barely tweet about anything had everything to say about Sha'Carri, and I had to temper myself. First of all, I was at my play. I was at the play that I was cast in. Jacoby Chantel is amazing. Jacoby Chantel is absolutely amazing. She wrote an amazing play called Living It Up with Ida Vaughn. I got to play the pastor, and I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun. Pastor showed him how to dance. I did the Holy Ghost dance, and then I did the Holy Ghost drop it like it's hot. I know some of y'all don't know about that, but I slid into it. They brought me back out. Look, a spirit, not the spirit, hit me. Had a lot of fun. So I was at the play, which was sold out, and I started seeing all the comments from the who's who in the world of sports on what Sha'Carri should do or not do. And And I gotta tell you, she might not have been humble, but don't let it slide that one of the Jamaican runners was very, very disrespectful. Very disrespectful. Look at the video and you'll know exactly who I'm talking about. Look at the post-race video of Sha'Carri Richardson talking about, this was one race, I'm not done, and these girls, congratulations to them, but they're not done seeing me. And watch which Jamaican runner walked through her shot and the look on her face. You talk about petty. You talk about petty. So while everybody is telling Sha'Carri that she needs to humble herself, be sure and slice a piece of that off and mail it down to Jamaica. It blows my mind. It blows my mind. So anyway, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the NFL preseason this weekend, some good games, couple of rookie quarterbacks look good, and now folks are ready to crown them. Crown them. You want to crown them? Crown them. Go ahead, crown them. They were who we thought they were in preseason. I keep telling y'all, man, do not let the preseason get you all amped up or depressed about your team. The Texans beat the Cowboys, and folks are thinking the Texans are going to be 12 and we got 17 games, 12-5. Huh? All right. Oh, dog, you see what they did to them Cowboys? Oh, that defense is going to be stellar. Pick 6, baby. Yeah, okay. All right. They were playing against Ben DiNucci. Do I need to go into character? I'm an actor now. Do I need to go into character? Ben DiNucci? Martha, did you check the Googles? Ben DiNucci threw 3 interceptions. It wasn't like he was doing it against Dak. I dare say Ben DiNucci probably is not real good at looking off the defensive backs and throwing guys open. In fact, he threw 3 Petermans. Nathan Peterman threw a couple of his own as the quarterback for the Las Vegas Raiders. So, Texan fans, if you want to get excited about that, please do. Go right ahead. But let me leave you with this little note. And this is courtesy of Willie Gibson of Will Knows Podcast. The year that the Detroit Lions went 0-16, they were 4-0 in preseason. Teams have lost all of their real games after going undefeated in the preseason. So I'm just dropping that off on my way to heaven. Well, you get all excited. I'm not trying to rain on the parade of the Texans. There are some bright spots. But again, I tell people all the time, you don't know what you're looking at in preseason. Oh, what's the number ones against the number one? That's not necessarily true. You don't know if the people they got out there are going to be the number ones. Sometimes they'll run a number 3 with the number ones just to see how that person will do. And they want to see how the other players do in other spots. Sometimes they don't run their full complement of offensive and defensive plays. So you're not seeing what you would see in a regular game environment. So you're getting all excited over plays that may not happen in a real game. Well, the quarterback still throws the ball. Yeah, but he doesn't have the pressure on him that he'll have on him in the regular season game. He might not have a defensive back that'll break on the ball the way he does in a game because the defensive coordinator said, look, do this. I know. Even if they do that, do this. I want to see how so-and-so reacts. You just don't know. It's practice. So just temper that and you're good. We'll see. September, first weekend and full weekend in September. We'll see. All right. So that's some of the things we'll be talking about. Is Manny Pacquiao all right? All my friends who Manny Pacquiao was the best there ever was, ever will be, are they all right? My fight fans out there, have y'all checked on Manny? Just asking. Just asking. All right. If you want to get in, oh my goodness, Monday, 281-453-1000, 281-453-1000, or text me, 832-403-5005. It's the lunch break. Oh my goodness, Monday.
I am Jacqueline Carr, and here is your winning strategy. False balance makes you happy temporarily. You shouldn't work so much that you can't enjoy the reason you work, which is to have a better life. On the other hand, you shouldn't have too much downtime and not enough work in your life. Too much downtime can cause idleness. When you become idle, you don't focus on the important things. People, jobs, families, and businesses can put a massive demand on our lives, and we should understand that. But if you are not around to enjoy things, you realize the false balance is not worth it. Challenge yourself to win in all areas of your life. You must become aggressive about a balanced life, just as in anything else.
Life is already full of surprises, but your tuition shouldn't be one of them. While education costs rise in the U.S. every year, University of Phoenix is committed to protecting you from rising tuition costs with our tuition guarantee. We lock in your tuition, so you can count on fixed, affordable tuition from the moment you enroll to the day you graduate from your program. Learn more at phoenix.edu.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past 2 years. For example, a man age 45 non-tobacco user, $1 million of coverage is only $75 per month, level for the next 10 years. Or a man age 50 non-tobacco user can buy $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of only $110. Guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. That's right, level rates for 20 years. And if you're a smoker, we have great rates for you as well. At the Term Lifeline, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. So if you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call right now for a free quote.
Rates and availability may vary by state. Sample rate quotes are based on preferred non-tobacco underwriting exam required to qualify.
800-298-0139. 800-298-0139. 800-298-0139. That's 800-298-0139.
Hello, this is Claude Cummings Jr., Vice President of Communication Workers of America District 6. Trey and I are inviting you to listen in to our new political talk show, Power to the People Political Hour.
Hello, this is Trey Daniels from the Daniels Group. Yes, Claude, the show will be hard-hitting and informative, talking about national and local political issues of the day, week, and month. Interviews will be with pastors, community leaders, elected officials, and political operatives. You know, Claude, a part of our responsibility is informing the citizenry and give them power to the people.
That's right, Trey. We're asking that you listen in on 1140 AM, 92.3, or streaming on KYOKradio.org, Thursdays at 10 a.m. Give people what they want.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM and 92.3 FM. Legend continue.
Hi, this is TJ from South Park. I listen to the lunch break with AJ Jones on 1140 AM and 92.3 FM.
All right, y'all, back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. Streaming live, KYOKradio.org. Facebook, YouTube. No Twitter today. It's all right. It's all right. Got a lot of good folks out there checking us out. It's that week. It is that week. It's the MEAC SWAC Challenge. Atlanta, Georgia. Georgia State University Stadium. It'll be North Carolina Central taking on none other than Alcorn State and your guy right here is going to be in the house. I will be in the house. I will be broadcasting live from Atlanta on Friday, and I cannot wait. It's about to go down. If you live in the Atlanta area or nearby, or you don't mind traveling to Atlanta, good seats are still available. Go to MEACSWACChallenge.com for more details. All right, I'm looking forward to that, man. I cannot wait. I'm excited. That's an oh my goodness as well. All right, let's get to this. A lot of folks want to talk about the Texans. Man, look, good win. I'm definitely not going to take that away from the Texans on the good win. And of course, I hit something that I had no business hitting. Let me look at the stats. Cowboys jumped out to a 14-7 lead at the half, and then coming out in the half, Mr. Ben DiNucci decided he wanted to throw it over to Lonnie Johnson, and Lonnie took it to the house. Pick 6. Texans got back in that thing 14-all, and then they put up 6 points in the fourth quarter, shut the Cowboys out in the fourth quarter, and got the win. Let me just say this real quick. Davis Mills, 10 for 16, 115 yards, 7.2 yards a pass, but he struggled. He struggled. Again, the young man is making a big leap from Stanford to the NFL. And I think he's got 11, 12 games under his belt, complete as a starter. I'm just telling you, if Davis Mills is the starter for the Texans week 1, week 2, week 3, the team is in trouble. Something drastic has happened. Tyrod Taylor was 2 for 5, 10 yards, 2 yards a pass, but he led the team on scoring drives. That's the part you got to pay attention to. Does the quarterback get the team in a position to score? That's what you got to look at. And then, of course, Mr. Jeff Driscoll, 1 for 2, 14 yards. And I'm really wondering if Driscoll is going to be a part of that quarterback room come September. First of all, if Deshaun is on the roster, Jeff Driscoll is not going to be. He'll be the odd man out. Right now, Jeff Driscoll is looking like a training camp arm. They're going to keep Davis Mills. He was their first pick in this draft. They're going to keep Tyrod Taylor. He's QB1 if Deshaun is not. And if they're going to keep Deshaun until they can trade him, then Jeff Driscoll's out. So all you U of F Gators, all y'all, sorry, Jeff Driscoll is out. And wherever else he transferred to, he's out. Charlotte Taylor-Made is on the program. She said Mills is not the answer. It's just the truth. It's no shade. I know I get a bunch of people whenever I start talking about Davis Mills. I guess his family has relocated here because they be blowing my phone up. And I put the number out there for you. 281-453-1000 if you want to call live and put your name on it. Or you can text me 832-403-5005 or email me aj@kyoksports.com. Hit them up. Best diss track ever. Hit them up. Second best, Ice Cube. Second best. So we can do the diss tracks however you want. Davis Mills is not the answer. Charlotte, who is, again, the biggest Texan fan I know, said best option is Tyrod. She said, I just want Deshaun. You're not alone. And again, there are legitimate possibilities that Deshaun might play this year. And if he does, that team, whether it be the Texans or whoever, they're going to take some flack. They're going to get some backlash. weather the backlash, get your PR people doing what they're supposed to do, and play ball. I don't think they're going to put him out on the field. I don't think he's going to allow himself to be put out on the field in a Texans uniform. I don't. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. So, anyway, Willie Gibson. You know, Willie, I love you for free, bro. Willie said Jack the Ripper, best diss track ever. Have you heard Hit 'Em Up lately? Hit 'Em Up took it to a whole nother level. Hit 'Em Up was like, what did I just listen to? I'm just saying. Charlotte said, I think he will end up playing for the Texans. Man, that would be like Moses parting the Red Sea and the children of Israel walking across on dry ground. Deshaun walking out and coming out on. I said Friday, though. I said Friday on Freestyle Friday. If I'm David Culley, I got nothing to lose. Y'all didn't want me to have this job. Y'all don't know who I am. Y'all think I'm just a token. Ladies and gentlemen, starting at quarterback for your Houston Texans, number 4 out of Clemson, it is Deshaun Watson. I would be like, you could hear a pin drop in that stadium if they go with Deshaun Watson opening day, and they'll be on the road. So that'd be the place to do it. Do it down there in Jacksonville. Ladies and gentlemen, from Gainesville, Georgia, out of Clemson, NCAA national champion, Deshaun Watson. Man, please. If I'm David Culley, I rip my shirt open like Hulk Hogan. When I do my interview, listen, brother, we had no choice but to put in the kid out of Clemson, all the way from Gainesville, Georgia. We decided to go with all the Hulkamaniacs. We decided to go with Deshaun Watson. I'd seriously make it like that. I would do it. Y'all would call me every name. If the head coach of Detroit, Dan Campbell, can talk like he talks, if I'm David Culley, I'm going straight WWE. I might bring out a sledgehammer across my shoulder and say, listen, we just gonna sling hammers in here tonight. We just decided to bring the sledgehammer out, and we're gonna let Deshaun start. Let the chips fall where they may, and just drop the mic, walk off. Meet me at the 50. That ought to be the Texans line right there. Meet me at the 50. Yeah, man. Or better yet, AJ. Come on now. AJ, come on. Meet me at the goal line. Bang. I'm just saying, man, y'all are too uptight and everything about that. If I'm Culley, I go horse. Meet me at the goal line. I got to take a break. 281-453-1000, 281-453-1000. Oh, my goodness, Monday.
To Table Talk with your boy, TD Blackshear, every Tuesday from 10 to 11 a.m. on the legendary KYOK 1140 a.m. and 92.3 FM. See you there.
In need of tires? Check out OMG Tire Services and more. New and used tires, all the name brands you desire. Located at 3126 Tidwell, between 59 North and Jensen. Give them a call at 832-767-3211. Top-notch service from beginning to end. When you're done, get your car hand-washed inside and out at OMG Tire Services and more. Located at 3126 Tidwell, between 59 North and Jensen. Call 832-767-3211. That's 832-767-3211. Conveniently located on the north side.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM. The legendary KYOK 92.3 FM. Radio stations in one.
Hi, I'm Larry Scott, host of the Not So Christian and Me Show. Join me Saturdays for great fun, interviews, music, and the latest news surrounding our world today. We are the show that cares to hear your voice and opinion with real conversation in a no judgment zone. So join me Saturdays from 1 to 2 p.m. on the Not So Christian and Me Show right here on the legendary KYOK Radio
1140 AM, and the all-new 92.3 FM and KYOKradio.org.
My name is Devon McDonald from Jamaica. Play with Indianapolis Colts, and listen. You listen to the lunch break.
Yeah, man. It's MEAC SWAC Challenge week, I should say. Still working on my interviews with the head coaches or coaches from Alcorn and North Carolina Central. We'll see what we're able to pull off. If not, you know I'm getting footage while I'm there in Atlanta this weekend, but I'm looking forward to it. Don't forget the Labor Day Classic coming up. Prairie View, TSU. I'm all over Prairie View in that one for multiple reasons. Don't forget the State Fair Classic coming up. That'll be up in Dallas. And, of course, we'll be talking about the Labor Day Classic when that comes around. I'm all on them this year. But anyway, no, seriously, I know folks are texting me about the Texans and the Cowboys. Let me just say this. I think that David Culley has nothing to lose regular season. Here's how the conversation should go. Is he on the team? Yep. Is he active? Yep. Is there any reason health-wise or anything else I need to know? No. All right, I'll be right back. Hand this little note to the PA announcer. PA announcer grabs that note and says, and now starting at quarterback for the Houston Texans, all the way from Gainesville, Georgia, none other than number 4 out of Clemson, it's Deshaun Watson. Bang. Period. And meet me at the goal line. I mean, seriously, what's the deal? Like, what? I'm like Deshaun now. What are we doing? If he's not on the commissioner exempt list, if he's not been convicted yet, I mean, I get that the fan bases of the world want him shut down forevermore just because he's been accused. All I'm saying is if he's not been convicted of anything, if he's not lost a judgment civilly of anything, I'm David Culley. I'm putting him in. That's just me. That's just me. Oh, AJ, you don't care about women's issues? No, that's not what I'm saying. I don't understand how people have to be so monolithic. I mean, you just can't see any other thing but that thing. Multiple things can happen at the same time. People can get justice. People can have their day in court. People can get, what they deserve when it comes to sexual assault and all that. Until that happens, I know it's not the case anymore, but we'll say it, just so the fact remains, innocent until proven guilty. If the NFL doesn't do anything, why should David Culley do something different? Tyrod Taylor's going to be QB1 on the first on that first Sunday. Tyrod Taylor's going to be. It will not be Davis Mills, and Jeff Driscoll should not be on the team. Should not be. Who's going to be RB1 is the question. Which one of those running backs gets the start in September? Not now. Not when they take on Tampa Bay next weekend. I'm talking about when the season starts. Which one of those 18 running backs that Nick Caserio has brought in, which one of them get the start? Which wide receivers get the start? Are they going to stick with that offensive line where they got it stacked on the left side? Laramie Tunsil and my man out of Alabama State. I'm just wondering. I'm just wondering. Those are my questions. Titus Howard, Laramie Tunsil on one side. QB1 probably going to be Tyrod Taylor. Running back, Lindsey. Wide receivers, Brandon Cooks has got to be out there. He's got to be one of them. Kiki Kuti should be one of them. And question marks from there. The defense, I don't care who's on it, as long as it plays better than what they played last year. And it was good to see them starting to get turnovers, and that is a hallmark or a signature of a Lovie Smith-led defense. Cowboy fans, I'm not coming for y'all today. Oh, my goodness, Monday. I'm not coming for y'all today. It would be so easy to say, Cowboy fans, I'm worried for y'all. I'm not. I won't be worried till week 2 or 3 of the regular season. I got big question marks about Mike McCarthy. I got big question marks about Dan Quinn. I don't have question marks about Dak. Again, the whole shoulder thing, unless it's something deeper than what they've told us, him not using that shoulder right now in practice games is not a big deal for me. We haven't seen any CD Lamb, haven't seen any of the, of the main guys yet. So I'm not about to overreact to what we saw on Saturday yet. Give you till about week 3, Cowboy fans, about week 3. Let me look at the real schedule. Tampa Bay, not going to overreact to that one. At the Chargers, not going to overreact to that one. Home versus Philly. September 27th is when we start talking. September 27th at home versus Philly is when we start talking. Whatever happens against Tampa Bay, all right. Whatever happens against the Chargers in LA, all right. But what happens against the Eagles, division rival, at home, y'all don't play well? Oh, we got to talk. We got to talk. Yeah, we got to talk. Texans, same thing for you. Again, they got one more preseason game. The Texans could go 3-0 in preseason. But then they got Jacksonville at home. They go to Cleveland, and then they come back versus Carolina. Again, that week 3 is when we start talking about what's going on. If they, you got a head coach you've never seen before, you've got a quarterback that you've never seen before coming in week 1. Anything can happen. Week 2, up in Cleveland, what should happen is you should get the brakes beat off of you. That's what should happen. But again, anything can happen. Week 3, at home versus Sam Darnold and the Carolina Panthers, you lose that one and we got to talk. We got to talk. Because after that, you go to Buffalo, you come back for New England, and you go up to Indianapolis and to Arizona. It could get bad early. It could get bad fast. So while everybody's talking about preseason, these are the things that actually count. These are the ones that actually count. Cooper Rush looked like he's going to be on that quarterback squad for the Cowboys, and he looks like he should. In fact, if I were doing my depth chart right now, and I'm not, but if I were doing it right now as a Cowboys head coach, I'd go Dak number 1. I'd go Cooper Rush number 2. I'd go Garrett Gilbert number 3. In fact, I would probably put Ben DiNucci number 3 just because he's younger and let Garrett Gilbert go and, have at it somewhere else. Kind of like the Jeff Driscoll thing. Go with the 2 veterans and then the rook or the young guy. No shade at Garrett Gilbert. He just might be odd man out if Cooper Rush is going to play like that. And the Cowboys got to figure out what's the whole Ben DiNucci thing about. Are you keeping him because of what? If he's not a part of your future, then what are you hanging on to him for? I mean, oh my goodness, great name. I could make Ben DiNucci jokes for hours. I could do a whole Ben DiNucci revival. But again, it's about pro football. It's about pro football. I'm not predicting any wins and losses over those first 3 weeks. What I'm saying is I believe that by week 3, each one of those teams, that's when we start talking about what's happening with them. Week 3 for the Texans when they host the Carolina Panthers and Sam Darnold, and week 3 for the Cowboys when they host Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Shalonda Dawkins, man, you made me cry this weekend. Shalonda Dawkins made me cry this weekend. I cried. I sure did. Driving down the street, something told me to look at a post or messenger or something, and she shared something with me that the young lady, Troy Mullins, that she had posted, and I didn't see it. And man, that thing had me crying. I'm driving down the street crying. Let me read this, because Shalonda, you made my day. It was about 4 days ago. Troy Mullins on her page said, just finished a fun interview with KYOK Radio, and it got me thinking, what would you like to see more of? Let me know. To see the interview, go to my Twitter, @Troy Mullins. Hey, listen. Long drive champion, professional golfer, amazing person, got sent in her direction because of Shalonda, and she posts that up. Yeah, man. I ain't gonna lie. My eyes were sweating in my car. Like, wow. I tried to interrupt Shalonda's weekend. Shalonda! I had to do that moment by myself. Wow. Let me share that with on my page. This made my day. Thank you. Yep, I just shared it. Y'all go to my personal page, check that out. Y'all go to my personal page, check that out, man. I'm serious. Had me crying like a big old baby. I was like, Troy Mullins loved our interview. Ben Sutter III, man, tell your dad thank you for reaching out to me. I'm sorry I won't be able to do the opportunity, but man, please don't leave me out. I'll be back. I'll be back. So anyway, let me get ready to take a break. But before I do, Astros blew a 2-0 lead and lost 6-3 to Seattle in 11 innings. And what's crazy to me, the Astros brought in like 59 closers. The Astros brought in bullpen help like the Texans are bringing in running backs. And all of that bullpen help allowed them to blow a 2-0 lead late and give up 6 runs. I ended up losing in 11 innings to Kansas City. And oh yeah, by the way, to Seattle. And oh yeah, by the way, they got Kansas City coming to town tonight, and they barely escaped a 4-game sweep at the hands of Kansas City. One thing I know about this, Dusty Baker don't play. So Dusty is in that locker room saying whatever he needs to say, doing whatever he needs to do, getting them guys ready to go. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. The Rangers and Boston got postponed yesterday due to Tropical Storm Henry. They're going to play today at 1:10. And that being said, all my family and friends out there on the East Coast, I hope and pray y'all are okay. Hope and pray y'all are okay. Big shout out to Erica Fernandez, Curls and Sports. Hope she and her husband are okay. They just had a beautiful baby, so I hope they're okay from that storm. All right, I'm going to take a break. When I come back, let's talk about Sha'Carri. Let's talk about Sha'Carri when I come back. All right, I want to hear your honest thoughts about it. Again, you know how we do. You don't have to agree with me, but you got to be respectful. All right? So 281-453-1000, 281-453-1000, or text me 832-403-5005. Oh my goodness, Monday. Got to talk about Sha'Carri Richardson.
1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legendary KYOK.
Do you have high blood pressure or diabetes? Are you over the age of 65 and covered by Medicare? Then pay close attention to this message. Medicare has introduced some new benefits to help consumers during these cautious COVID-19 times. They realize many of you don't want to leave your home to visit a doctor. So now you can get a remote patient monitoring device shipped to your home at little or no cost to you. Now your doctor can identify your problems in real time, which could potentially save your life. Victory Medical can easily ship this monitoring device directly to your home at little or no cost to you. If you have high blood pressure or diabetes and you're covered by Medicare, make this free call right now to see if you qualify for a new remote patient monitoring device. Call now.
800-213-9527. 800-213-9527. 800-213-9527. That's 800-213-9527.
Do you have a home that you don't want anymore? We can buy it from you within 24 hours, any home, size, or condition. For over 20 years, we've been buying homes for cash and helping homeowners sell their homes immediately, with no listings or strangers walking through your home. Are you moving? Did you lose your job? Going through a divorce? Whatever the reason, if you're in a bind and you know that you need to sell your house fast, call the expert team at I Need to Sell My House Fast. We'll make you a serious cash offer to buy your home in 24 hours and let you walk away from it. No listing, no waiting. Sell any home, any size, any condition now. Call the expert team at I Need to Sell My House Fast. Make this free call now.
800-306-1760. 800-306-1760. 800-306-1760. That's 800-306-1760. If your loved one has passed away due to COVID-19, pay close attention to this message. You could be entitled to a death benefit of over $300,000. The U.S. government has set up a fund to pay families relief if they've lost a loved one due to COVID-19. We know this is a hard time for you, and this fund has been set up by the federal government to help ease your pain. The compensation includes a death benefit and lost wages benefit. Time is limited, so we urge you to make a free phone call right now. There's no cost to you for this claim. All legal fees are only covered once you receive your money. So if you've lost a loved one due to COVID-19, call the legal helpline right now to find out if you qualify for a cash award. Here's our number: 800-876-7047. 800-876-7047. 800-876-7047. That's 800-876-7047. Paid for by the IPG Law Group.
Hey, what's up? This your boy James Fortune, and you are listening to The Lunch Break. Keep it locked.
All right, y'all, back here on the lunch break. Legendary KYOK, all new 92.3 FM, streaming live KYOKradio.org. And it is our Oh My Goodness Monday. And I got to tell you, one of the biggest Oh My Goodness moments for me was the Prefontaine Classic up in Eugene, Oregon. Yes, track and field. And it was supposed to be the, comeback, the race of the year, where all three Olympic medalists from Jamaica were going to finally see Sha'Carri Richardson face-to-face in a race. And they did. They just didn't see her for long because she came in last and they finished like they did in the Olympics. And I gotta give love to Elaine Thompson-Herah. She ran the second fastest time ever. Only person faster, FloJo, Queen FloJo herself. which really leads me to believe that that record is going to fall. FloJo's unbelievable record in the 100 meters is going to fall. Just get your mind right about it. Get ready for it, because whatever that young lady's doing to prepare herself, she's preparing herself to be the best. Not just be the fastest right now. She's trying to be the fastest ever. Before I get back to Sha'Carri, got to give some love to Erica Campbell and Griff, Get Up Mornings. They did a very interesting sports-related question today, and I loved it. The question was, do we overuse the term greatest of all time? Now, they were talking about it because today is a very special birthday, and a lot of people list that person's birthday as the greatest of all time. And again, the question to their listeners were, do we overuse the term GOAT or greatest of all time? I enjoyed some of the answers. Of course, some of them got super spiritual. Oh, the Bible says we ain't talking about that. Please, can we just have a moment without all the scripture and without all the anointing and without all the revelation? Every now and then, we just want to have a regular, good old-fashioned conversation. I know the Bible say pray without ceasing, but every now and then, can we talk about something without, well, I was praying about it, and okay, never mind, forget it. I really just want to know if we overuse the greatest of all time. And again, some of the answers were pretty good. If Elaine Thompson-Herah breaks FloJo's 100-meter record that has been out there for decades, does she become the greatest of all time? Obviously, Sha'Carri Richardson is not the greatest of all time. She had her first race since the Olympic trials. She didn't go to the Olympics. She didn't get to run in the relay. So this was her first sanctioned race since the Olympic trials, and she came in dead last. And then she had comments after the race. Let me read Hetty Phillips's article from Yahoo Sports. She said Sha'Carri Richardson made headlines earlier this summer with a stellar performance at the Olympic trials. She finished 10.65 in the Olympic trials to qualify for the Tokyo Games, only to get suspended shortly after for testing positive for marijuana. In her first post-suspension race at the Prefontaine Classic, Richardson took on all three Olympic medalists in the 100-meter dash, Elaine Thompson-Herah, Shelly Ann Fraser-Price, and Shericka Jackson, all from Jamaica, but failed to beat any of them. Richardson ended up in 9th place, but she didn't let that disappointing finish get her down. Following the race, Richardson spoke with reporters and said even though she didn't win, she wasn't bothered by her showing. She said, and I quote, "I'm not upset with myself at all. This was one race. I'm not done. You know what I'm capable of. Count me out if you want to. Talk blank about me if you want to, because I'm here to stay. I'm not done." She went on to say, "I'm the 6th fastest woman in this game ever, and can't nobody ever take that away from me. Congratulations to the winners. Congratulations to the people that won, but they're not done seeing me yet, period," end quote. Where's the lie? I know a lot of folks were like, oh my goodness, she should be humble. You just came in last place. She should be humble. Well, oh my goodness, that's what's wrong with her. She's not humble. She should lose gracefully. Win with class and lose gracefully. Oh my goodness. That was pretty much the outcry of every text and tweet against her after the race on Saturday. In summation, in that voice. I don't disagree with some of it. But where was the outcry when what's the young lady's name for Jamaica? Yeah. Shelly Ann Fraser Price. When she walked through her shot with this look on her face like, I'm getting a show. Wait, are you over here talking? Where was the cry for humility there? Oh, but AJ, she came in, whatever place she came in. So you don't have to be humble if you medal, if you come in first, second, or third. I know y'all don't want to hear this, but there was somebody that came in last place in a 2-person race by a lot. And the last thing they've been is humble. And instead of people saying, oh, well, that person needs to be humble, they say, oh, well, that person's just telling it like it is. That person's just a straight shooter. Huh? That's why I don't get all caught up in the back and forth of what one person should do, whether another person should do a lot. There are a lot of people that are highly critical, and they think that just means they have high standards. Those two are not the same. Just because you're highly critical doesn't mean you have high standards. Why you say that? Because people set the standards based on who they like. They don't like Sha'Carri, so they're highly critical of her, and she doesn't meet their standards. But somebody that they do like, when they do the exact same thing that they're accusing Sha'Carri of, then all of a sudden the standard has been, oh, well, they were just upset. Oh, okay. Oh, well, they're just telling it like it is. Oh, okay. All right. Is that how it works? I'm just trying to figure out how it works. There have been trash has been talked in sports since sports have been had. Whatever the very first sporting event was, somebody talked trash to the other person. Oh, Spartacus, thou shalt have been faster in the chariot race. Oh, well, Adonicus, you were the greater person today. Yes, I was, oh, thou Spartacus. That was their trash talking. And yeah, it'd be great if everybody was as humble as we think that they should be, or in some cases want them to be, but don't be shady when it comes to your scale on trash talk and humility. Whole bunch of people, major trash. Tom Brady is one of the biggest trash talkers in the world. And what do people say about Tom? Oh, well, he's just a competitor. Oh, you know, he got 7 rings. So in other words, the more rings you get, the more trash you can talk. Oh yeah, you're the greatest. Humility don't count then? No, you ain't got to be humble. You the GOAT. Oh, okay. All right. Well, in Sha'Carri's mind, she's the GOAT. And she's going to work hard until she can back it up and prove it. And let's talk about that for a second. I'm guilty of this too. I got caught up in the hype. I said, oh yeah, I think Sha'Carri's going to do this. Sha'Carri's going to do that. I think she's going to be right there with old girl. That was wrong on my part. Very wrong on my part. And you know me, I'm quick to let you know when I'm wrong. It was wrong on my part because in track and field, it's not football. You can't practice like you're in a game. Oh, AJ, what are you talking about? She could run 100-meter races. Yeah, but she can't invite the 3 fastest women in the world to run with her in a practice race. So she's running against other people in simulation races, but it's not the same as running against the 3 fastest women in the world. They can work on her start. They can work on her, when to accelerate, when to coast. They can work on all of that, but it's not the same as if you're running against the 3 fastest women in the world. So all you can do is prepare as best you can prepare. But when you have not run in over a month, and these ladies have gone out and they've run and they're in rhythm, their timing is down. They've hit their stride, so to speak. And all you've been doing is practicing. It's not the same. I knew that. I forgot about that, and I got caught up in the hype of the matchup. And then when it happens, like, what was I thinking? I'm not just changing it because I was wrong. I'm changing it because it's right. It's not the same. You don't just come off of the bench and end up being faster than the 3 fastest women in the world. And not even them, but all the other women who've been competing nonstop during this track and field season. Remember when Carl Lewis came dead last in his heat? Those guys had been running. Those guys had qualified to run. Carl was trying to work out on his own and make it to the Olympics in that race, having not run the same races that those guys had, and they smoked him. And they weren't humble. Everybody was laughing. Carl Lewis. He's still the most decorated man in U.S. track and field history. Carl Lewis is. Where are those other guys at now? And oh yeah, by the way, why is it that Sha'Carri's got to be humble? Why are we so quick to tell young people, and I'm going to go ahead and say it, Black women, that they've got to be humble? Why? Why is that okay? I'm not trying to make this political, but good God, until you go down there to Mar-a-Lago and tell that joker to be humble, don't be pointing your finger in a Black woman's face trying to tell her she's got to be humble. That woman's allowed to say what she wants to say. Stop it. I got a call. Let me take this call. Hello, you're live on the lunch break. Who's this?
But AJ Ferdinand, what's going on?
What's going on? Call of the year 2017. What it do, baby?
AJ, a lot of times we don't always get it right. We're going to get it wrong sometimes, and I don't know what Longhorn team was on Friday.
Leave that man alone. Leave that man alone.
Never tried to be picking his topic, but he was hype. He was off the chain.
He was all messed up in the head.
And he was all messed up. Hey, I told you Texas was gonna win. You ain't believe me, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you were right. You called it. I'm not gonna lie on you.
Look, Doc. I really feel sorry for Dallas because, like I told Keith, man, I'm a Prescott fan, but for Dak to be hurt right now, again, he should have gotten whatever needed to be gotten taken care of, when they was off. And so right now, you got one of your hurt franchise quarterbacks. Where are you going to go? Because after that, you really don't have too much. They didn't plug in.
They didn't.
Guys.
They didn't.
So we're not beat down Dallas, man.
They didn't. Let me tell you something. If they thought that they could win with Andy Dalton last year and they did what they did, think about how bad it's going to be with Cooper Rush, Garrett Gilbert, and Ben DiNucci. And I notice I'm not joking about Ben DiNucci. If that's who you're depending upon to get your team to the next level, you got to have something exceptional somewhere else, and you don't have that. You don't have an exceptional head coach like Bill Belichick. You don't have an exceptional head coach like Bruce Arians. You don't have that. So if Dallas don't get it right with Dak, they can forget about it.
And that's not being ugly. That's just stating the facts. You can look at the Texans. The Texans, they had guys into their program because they had no other choice. So the Texans could be very well just competitive as Dallas can be. Because why? They changed coaches. They got some players in that can fill some spots. They got different quarterbacks that can come in and do something. So at least the Texans had added to their program, and Dallas just didn't do it. So, no shade at Dallas, man, but it's going to be a lot of broken-hearted Dallas fans if they think that Dallas is going to a championship. And I don't see it.
Yeah, I hate to say it, man. It's preseason. I'm not going to write it off. That's why I said by week 3, we're going to know something. I'm not worried about them week 1, not worried about them week 2. But you got Philadelphia coming to town with Jalen Hurts at quarterback. You lose that game and you lose it in an embarrassing fashion or in any fashion. You got some splaining to do.
Absolutely. I always give them game 5 because that way I get to see all the teams.
Right.
I get to dissect, okay, by game 5, man, we're going to know who's going to win the next couple games and who's just falling off who was a bunch of hype.
Right.
That you know, that they said, oh, they're gonna do this, they're gonna do that.
Ferdinand, I gotta hit the top of the hour. You want to hang on for a sec?
Yeah, I'll hang on for a few.
All right, Ferdinand, stay right there. We're gonna hit the top of the hour. We'll be right back with more. It is, oh my goodness, Monday right here on the lunch break.
The legendary 1140 AM KYOK Conroe and 92.3 FM K222CX Houston.
The views and opinions expressed on all radio shows broadcast on KYOK are entirely those of the host, guests, and callers who are entirely responsible for all show content and do not in any way reflect the opinions of KYOK Radio, its sponsors, staff, or management.
All right, real quick, let me go back to Ferdinand, and then I'll get you Sybil Wilkes and what you need to know, and then we'll also do some birthdays and all of that right here on the lunch break. This is the hour that we got a big announcement coming about a new segment on the lunch break. Stand by for that. It'll be coming up this hour. All right, Ferdinand, let me come back to you, man. Sorry, I had to take care of that business right there.
Oh yeah, no problem, AJ. But AJ, as fans, we can put our team in the Super Bowl every year. I mean, we all gung ho about our teams, and we think our teams it takes more than just having a team name. You know, it takes changing your program, pulling people in, taking people out. And so when you don't do that, and you look at a Tampa Bay team who was really not prominent, you know, over time, but what do? They piece players together. They listen to their players to know what players to go get to make them get a championship. And so that's proven. That is a proven fact on how to win championships.
Yep.
You got to network, and you got to listen to the players that are on your team. So a lot of teams that, like I say, they think they're going to be there, really not going to be there. But I'm just glad that, AJ, my team made some change.
Yeah. Listen, I feel good about my Final Four. I feel good about Green Bay. In fact, I got them in the Super Bowl. I feel good about Kansas City and Tennessee until somebody beats either one of them, man. I think that they are going to get their teams with a chance to make it to the Super Bowl. Everybody else going to have to do something different, Doc. They just got to do something different.
Absolutely. I ain't going to hold you because I know you got to go, but, man, really fucking good football. And like I say, man, look, nothing but kudos and good luck to all the teams, and may the best prepared team win.
Ferdinand, always a pleasure, man. Tell my sister I said, hey, we'll talk to you again real soon.
Yes, sir. God bless.
Ferdinand, Caller of the Year 2017, right there on the show. Let me get Sybil Wilkes on what you need to know. We'll be back with more right after this.
It's Sybil Wilkes with what you need to know. Today is Monday, August 23rd, 2021. Number one, Texas Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick is under fire after blaming unvaccinated Texans and Democrats for the state's COVID-19 surge. The Lieutenant Governor should get his facts straight. While the vaccination rate among Black people is low compared to other racial and ethnic groups with 29% vaccinated, news and medical sites point out that in terms of raw numbers, the biggest group of the unvaccinated, white people. Number two, Tropical Storm Henri hit the coast of Rhode Island Sunday afternoon, packing high winds that knocked out power to tens of thousands of homes and bands of rain that led to flash flooding from New Jersey to Massachusetts. Flooding is also responsible for the deaths of over 20 people, and dozens remain unaccounted for in Middle Tennessee over the weekend. A torrential rainfall trapped residents in their homes, closed highways, and prompted multiple water rescues across an area about 45 miles west of Nashville. Number three, the Reverend Jesse L. Jackson Sr. and his wife, Jacqueline Jackson, have both tested positive for COVID-19. The two are being monitored and treated for their infections at Chicago's Northwestern Memorial Hospital. The 79-year-old civil rights leader and presidential hopeful was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease in November 2017 and fully vaccinated in January. Number four, Nakia Porter, a 33-year-old Black woman, has filed a lawsuit after she was beaten unconscious by police during a traffic stop in August of 2020. Released body camera video shows the sheriff's deputies push her against her car, punch, kick, and drag her towards their patrol car. The lawsuit alleges a pattern and practice of excessive force in Solana County, California. Ms. Porter was then taken to jail, where she posted $25,000 bail several hours later. Number five, Rapper Jay-Z continues to spread the wings of his business empire. The artist entrepreneur has built a $1 billion fortune in music, alcohol, art, real estate, and now even more modern revenue avenues. Last week, it was announced that Carter's cannabis company made history with the appointment of Troy Datcher, who will be the first Black CEO to lead a major public cannabis organization in the United States. Here's your daily inspiration from Yogi's Jewels. Move in harmony with the peaceful flow of the universe. Join me today live on YouTube and Facebook at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central with the one and only comedian extraordinaire Dominique and social justice activist Coy Malone as we discuss today's top headlines and more. Thank you to our What You Need to Know partner, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. To subscribe to my free daily newsletter, please visit SybylWilkes.com. Be informed, be empowered.
All right, thank you very much. There's Sybil Wilkes right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK with What You Need to Know. All right, let me get some birthdays. A lot of birthdays today. A lot of birthdays today, and I want to get to them all. So let me say happy birthday, Emil K. Moore, celebrating his birthday, along with Mark Tall, Diane Wilson, celebrating her birthday with Jazzy Smith. Also, Taika Garrett is celebrating a birthday with Norma Johnson. Elizabeth Thomas celebrating a big birthday along with Robert Valiant, and Camille Scott celebrating her birthday. My very, very, very good niece celebrating her birthday. Adriana Woods celebrating a birthday today. Love you much. And Jessica Maloney Campbell from my high school celebrating her birthday. And y'all, my favorite cousin is celebrating his birthday today. Will Skip Thomas is celebrating his birthday today. Love you, cuz. Some birthdays over the weekend. Desiree Thomas, that is, I call her daughter-in-law. So happy birthday to you. Carolyn Richards, April Roots, Coco Jackson, Richard Harvey, Tyrone Lockhart, also Wanda Cato, John Robinson, Sharon Chapman, Ernestine Jones Jolivet. Mother Jolivet, happy birthday to you. Lillian Mwende over in over in Kenya, celebrating her birthday with Stephanie Jones. Love you, Stephanie. Keitha Jones, happy birthday. Nita Wilson. Josie Inful is celebrating her birthday with Wallace Grant II. So I think I got all of them. Brittany McCree, happy birthday, dear. So there you go. Those are the birthdays. Let me get to some celebrity birthdays before I hit my music. Man, the oldest position player in baseball, Julio Franco, celebrated a birthday today. Julio Franco got to be 207. He was born in 1958. The big man in the middle for the Indiana Pacers back in the day, Rick Smits, celebrating a birthday. My homeboy from Ohio, big dude, used to play for the Philadelphia Eagles, Hugh Douglas, NFL player, former NFL player, celebrating a birthday today. Also, the dude that, to me, I'm trying to get my words right. Lovie Smith, having him as a quarterback should get Lovie Smith into the Hall of Fame, because Lovie Smith got to a Super Bowl with this dude as his quarterback, Rex Grossman, celebrating a birthday today, along with Mr. Lynn Sanity. Jeremy Lin celebrating a birthday today with one of the greatest. Notice what I said there. One of the greatest of all time. The one who's definitely gone too soon, Kobe Bryant, celebrating a birthday today. Truly going to be missed. But again, those are the birthdays. Come on, Usher. Sing for me so I don't cry.
Oh, go shawty. It's your birthday. Ooh, it's your birthday. Go shawty. It's your birthday. Today's your day. Happy birthday to you.
All right. Happy birthday, everybody. Again, it is a day that, a lot of folks remember the late, great Kobe Bryant. My thoughts and prayers going out to Vanessa and to their surviving daughter. I really pray that, that they are some kind of way being able to get through this day with the fondest memories of not just Kobe because it's his birthday, but of course Gianna as well. All right, Willie Gibson. I met Julio Franco once. Between me and you, Julio Franco is 137 years old. My bad. I ain't mean to make that dude older than he is. I did not mean to make that dude older than he is. Julio Franco. I love it. All right, so now I'm gonna leave the Sha'Carri thing alone. I got a bunch of text messages in here with folks. Oh, AJ, you make everything about race, so it's okay to tell a white woman to be quiet or to be humble, but we can't tell a black woman. Now, you shouldn't tell any woman. Can we let's get to that part. You're so busy trying to clap back at me about race, you don't really understand how your comment sounds. What century is this in? We're telling women to be quiet and be humble? Nah, bro. Chill that out. Look, delete that and act like you didn't send it. AJ, my point exactly. Folks always want to have a superiority over certain groups of people that they don't apply to themselves. That is not having high standards. That's being highly critical. That's why I posted that earlier. A lot of folks thought that I was talking about something else. You cannot be highly critical and think that that's because you have high standards. Most people don't apply the standards evenly. All right, let me get out of here. Got to take a break. When we come back, we'll be one step closer to the big announcement that I got right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. It's Oh My Goodness Monday.
Too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past 2 years. For example, a man age 45 non-tobacco user, $1 million of coverage is only $75 per month, level for the next 10 years. Or a man age 50 non-tobacco user can buy $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of only $110, guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. That's right, level rates for 20 years. And if you're a smoker, we have great rates for you as well. At the Term Lifeline, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. So if you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call right now for a free quote.
Rates and availability may vary by state. Sample rate quotes are based on preferred non-tobacco underwriting exam required to qualify. 800-298-0139. 800-298-0139. 800-298-0139. That's 800-298-0139.
Hello, this is Claude Cummings Jr., Vice President of Communication Workers of America, District 6. Trey and I are inviting you to listen in to our new political talk show, Power to the People Political Hour.
Hello, this is Trey Daniels from the Daniels Group. Yes, Claude, the show will be hard-hitting and informative, talking about national and local political issues of the day, week, and month. Interviews will be with pastors, community leaders, elected officials, and political operatives. You know, Claude, a part of our responsibility is informing the citizenry and give them power to the people.
That's right, Trey. We're asking that you listen in on 1140 AM, 92.3, or streaming on KYOKradio.org, Thursdays at 10 a.m. Give the people what they want.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legend continues.
You're having your lunch on the lunch break with KYOK.
All right. Hey, don't forget, if you need to secure your home and everything is in it, you've got to call the Home Security Hotline, 1-800-561-6198. That's 1-800-561-6198. For less than $1 a day, you get your home secure and everything in it. Call the Home Security Hotline, 1-800-561-6198. That's 1-800-561-6198. All right, let me get back to this. Y'all are funny about this Sha'Carri thing, man. I'm going to have Dr. Jennifer Thibault come back on the show, and we're going to talk about that at length because there's a whole lot of dynamics going on. Did you see the video of the European woman? I'm trying to be nice. European woman at a Pittsburgh Steelers game, and she and a black man are having a discussion. The discussion obviously gets heated because she is real close to his face with that finger out, and she is pointing in his face, telling him what's up, and he can be heard saying, "Don't touch me. Stop getting so close to me." And that finger is dead in his face, and he moves her hand out of the way, and then she slaps him dead in his face, and it goes from there. he ends up pushing her out of the way because her significant other tried to get involved. And I'm not condoning violence, but her significant other got put to sleep. He got a 2-piece with fries and he got put to sleep. But there's a very unfortunate part of that video where either she gets hit or pushed really hard. And a lot of folks, of course, want to come for the black man because he hit a woman. Just be real honest with you. I'm not going to defend it either way. I'll say this. Be very careful thinking that you have the right to put your fingers, hands, face, all that in somebody else's face, especially someone who's grown. And then when they tell you not to touch them or not to get in their face or get back up or whatever, and then they like physically put your hand down from their face, if you make the decision to slap them, it gets very iffy on what's going to happen next. And people can have opinions all day long, but a lot of that could get avoided if you handle yourself accordingly. I don't care who you are. You don't have the right to slap anybody. And I know there have been a lot of epic slaps. Once you make contact with a person, all, do you hear me? Not some, all bets are off. I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just trying to give you information you can use. I'm not saying my mama was everybody's mama, but I remember my mama telling my sister, don't you be out there hitting them boys because you're not going to like it if they hit you back. I remember my dad saying, listen, if you hit a boy like a boy, be ready for him to hit you back. Not like a girl, but like a boy. And I remember fighting for my sister because somebody hit her. I'm out there fighting some dude I don't even know because he hit my sister. And I'm asking my sister, why were we fighting? Oh, I hit him in his face. Oh, okay. Well, don't do that no more because I'm not fighting for you if you hit somebody else. Not going to do that. Natasha, Karen should not have had her fingers in his face. All I'm saying is if you go through all that and you get warned, don't touch me, get your fingers out my face, back up, and somebody has to move your stuff out of their way because you're too close and you keep doing what you're doing, and you choose violence, all bets, all rules, all everything is off. Because, man, when the security came, she straight up went into victim mode. Everybody, oh, he needs to get out of here. And there were some people in the back that said, no, she hit him first. They could be heard on video saying she hit him first. Monica Morris Howard, my grandmother used to teach us, if you're big enough to give a lick, you better be ready to receive one back regardless of gender. I know it's a different time. I know. Everybody wants everybody to be considerate of everybody else until they don't want to be considerate of anybody else. I'm just giving you information you can use. When you initiate violence, oh, but he grabbed her hand. She could have called security then. He grabbed my hand. That's a whole different story. Whole different story. He grabbed my hand is one thing, but you slapped him in his face. So then it goes to a whole nother level. Now it's on you. Now he didn't go to hit her. Old boy jumped in. And he defended himself against old boy and put him to sleep. And then in that melee, she jumped back in and she got pushed back. If you didn't like him touching your hand, go tell somebody then. Once you slapped him in his face, running to tell somebody that he grabbed your hand, ain't no guarantee you get to do that part. I know some people feel some type of immunity and that they've got impunity from consequences. I'm just trying to give you information that you can use. Once you go to that level, there's no guarantee it's going to go the way you want it to. You can say what you want. You can do what you want. You can think what you want. Why is Canton, Ohio calling me? Are they about to put me into the Hall of Fame? I got a phone call from Canton, Ohio. Canton, Ohio, call me back or text me. All right, let me take a break. 281-453-1000, 281. Oh my goodness, Monday. I saw that video. I was like, oh my goodness. Oh my good. Oh. Ooh. I know that ride home was going to be real interesting. Wait a minute. Why did I get beat up again? Why can't I taste nothing in my mouth? Why is my lip all busted up? I need to know some things. Because I don't think baby boy remembers much. All right, take a break. Be right back. Lunch break on the legendary KYOK.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you? Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list. Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Their expert staff can help you turn your book idea into a real book, a masterpiece that could someday make the bestseller list in hard copy and digitally all across the world. Page Publishing can help you completely take your idea for a book, write it, and publish it. So if you want to join the ranks of some of the most famous authors in the world, call now for a free information kit. Turn your book idea into publishing gold. Make a free call right now to Page Publishing.
800-219-8332. 800-219-8332. 800-219-8332. That's 800-219-8332.
Remember in the beginning, when you first started to build a life for you and your family, you never imagined it would come to this. Instead of living your dreams, you're living with debt. In fact, it's smothering you. Now there's a way you can take back control with one simple call. If you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt, you qualify to receive
Doctor.
No obligation.
Hey.
On how to get
How you
rid
feel?
of debt.
Man, I'm good, man. I'm sparring.
Okay, let's go. Let's get it.
I've been working out.
Yes, sir. I got a couple of more spots and we'll be ready to go.
Okay.
Into a debt-free life. Stop living with debt and start living your dream. Call the Debt Helpline now.
800-958-2156. 800-958-2156. 800-958-2156. That's 800-958-2156.
Tune in to Table Talk with your boy, TD Blackshear, every Tuesday from 10 to 11 a.m. on the legendary KYOK 1140 a.m. and 92.3 FM. See you there.
In need of tires? Check out OMG Tire Services and more. New and used tires.
You know, I got.
Brand
Can you
new
hear me?
located at 3126 Woodville.
I gotta get my fans all.
Give them a call at 832.
Get my fans going.
Yeah. Yeah, let them know, man.
I'm gonna let them know when I get consistent with this thing. You know, you give me a shot of B12, man.
Let's go, man. All gas, no brakes.
Hey, yeah, man. When I was watching the Dallas game, they were talking about all the championship older coaches, how old they were. 68, 69, 70. I keep telling people, man, these young cats, they flashy, but they ain't winning no championships. You know,
you're gonna get us both in trouble, but that's okay. I'm ready for it.
Look at all the levels, man.
I'm ready for it. I
got you. Yeah, you gotta get some young blood in there, man. But they got to go through a couple things.
We were talking about that earlier. Stand by. Here we go.
On the Not So Christian and Me show, right here on the legendary KYOK Radio, 1140 AM, and the all-new 92.3 FM and KYOKradio.org.
It's the lunch break on KYOK.
Man, y'all hear that HBC music? Y'all hear that HBCU music? Y'all know what it is? If you don't, let me tell you what it's getting ready to be. It's about to be something on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. I've been telling you that we got a big announcement about something that's going to be coming up. And here to make that announcement with me is the former SWAC championship coach from at Texas Southern. He's up in the Fort Worth area now. It is Coach Johnny Cole. He's my frat brother. He's a championship level coach. Coach Cole, how you doing? Real quick, how you doing?
Man, I'm doing great, man. Wonderful. I couldn't be in a better place right now than being on this radio show with you, and I'm ready to get it going.
Coach, listen, you and I got a chance to talk, and we decided we need to do our own thing on getting the word out on these HBCU football games. I know you got something coming up that you're going to be doing. I'm going to be over in Atlanta this weekend covering the MEAC SWAC Challenge. We got the Labor Day Classic coming up. We got the State Fair Classic coming up, and you know that Bayou Classic is right around the corner. It's a lot that we want to talk about on the HBCU level.
Oh, yes, sir. With 40 years, being in a part of the SWAC conference and, having the opportunity to play basketball and football at Texas Southern and go to those universities 2 times a year, I know them roads. I know Highway 10 and up 65 and 55 and
come on,
and headed down towards Baton Rouge, down to Alabama State. Been there, done that.
Yep. So we decided, he's a Kappa, he's a Noop. Let me say that right. He's a Noop. I'm a Noop. So we decided we're going to do the HBCU stroll every week where we stroll down the SWAC. We'll cover some MEAC. We'll cover some CIAA. If the HBCUs are doing it, if they got meaningful games, we're going to be a part of them. We're going to let you know what's going on each and every week on those levels. Now, you're going to be up at the Hall of Fame Classic.
Yes.
Tell us about that, where that's going to be, and who's playing in that.
Yes, the HBCU Classic game is put on by Al Wash up at the Hall of Fame Stadium, and it'll be Tennessee State and Grambling crashing heads on Sunday. And, they got a whole big pantry of passionate things around it, battle of the bands and parades and all those good things. And myself, I'm excited because one is in my home state. So I've made a vacation. I will get a chance to go visit my mom and sit with her and visit my brothers, and then on their way up in Canton. So I'm excited. They got golf tournaments, parties around it. So it's a big, big weekend up in Canton, Ohio.
We're looking forward to it. In fact, I just got a call from someone in Canton, Ohio, and it may be about my request to interview the coaches for that game, because obviously Tennessee State has a new head coach. What are your thoughts about these former NFL players like Deion Sanders and others that are now leading these HBCU programs?
Yeah, well, I'm kind of torn between the two. Anybody get an opportunity to be a head football coach, they should be able to take it. But then, I'm an HBCU graduate and one that has paved the way and earned my stripes. And, there's a lot of HBCU graduates that were eligible for these positions and these jobs, and have paved the way. You got a lot of young coaches, been coordinators at different schools, and it's no different than the same argument in the NFL and
right.
PWCs why they're not hiring a lot of African-American black coaches. So when these guys come down, and I shouldn't say come to our universities and take over our jobs, and what is that saying? My question to them is, why didn't they school give them the opportunity?
Now that's an interesting statement.
I can't take nothing away from them, because if somebody offer me a job, I'm gonna take it too.
Right.
But I hope HBCUs don't get away from loving ourselves. When that happens, that's some of the messages that sent out. It's like, oh, I can choose to go to school here, but I can't play in the NFL because you guys say we don't play good football. I can't go be assistant coach at the PWC coach because we don't coach well. But then when I stay at my university and try to go and move on to be a head coach, I ain't good enough for that.
Wow.
Because I have to go to some PWC school, or I got to play in the NFL to come back and be a head coach. So it's a lot of guys I think deserve those positions. But Dion is bringing a lot with him, as far as social media and bringing a light to our university. But some of the things he's doing has always been going on in the conference.
Yeah,
it's just that it's on social media now.
Yeah, and that's true. So social media adds a different light than back in the days of Eddie Robinson and some of the great coaches from the from the SWAC and yourself.
Yeah, my years, I had 40 transfers. I had 8 BCS starting defensive people on my defense. And this was in 2010. So we've never had a problem getting transfers coming out of universities. We never had a problem doing. But like I said, he brings some light to some things that should be brought light to, as far as facilities at the university and opportunities on the next level.
Yeah, we got Coach Johnny Cole joining us, former championship coach in the SWAC at TSU. He is joining us as we are announcing every week we're going to take the HBCU stroll. We're going to go down through the SWAC. We're going to go down through the MEAC and some other conferences and talk about those games. As we talked about, Tennessee State getting ready to take on Grambling in the Hall of Fame Classic. That'll be the debut of head coach Eddie George, who, of course, played at The Ohio State University, played for the Tennessee Titans, and he is bringing in a quote-unquote star-studded coaching staff to coach these guys up. But, Coach, again, you've been doing that since long before these guys got involved. What do you think about those NFL players and what they can bring to a Tennessee State or to a Jackson State?
Well, I believe in everything starts from the top, and, we all know football, X's and O's. But one thing about black college football, what people don't understand, it ain't necessarily about always the X's and O's. It's about the Jimmies and Joes, some of the recruiting that you can bring in there. Also, you have to coach these kids 24/7, some of them. You know what I mean? You got to be a father to them. This ain't like the NFL where you're getting the best players, and you could tell the kid one time. You got to understand that kids learn differently at this level.
Yeah.
Some of them can watch it for one time and get it. Some of them need reps. Some of them you got to write it down. And some of them you got to show the example yourself.
Yeah.
So I hope these guys have a lot of patience. Because that's what it's going to take. I hope they got a lot of time to do some hugging and some talking to, So, it's a challenge. It's a challenge. That's why everybody can't come in a conference in black college football and think that they just going to blow it away. Many have tried and few have conquered.
Absolutely. Again, Coach Johnny Cole joining us on the show as we get ready to debut the HBCU Stroll. You've been a coach that's come in and taken over a program similar to what Eddie George is doing up there at Texas State. What is it like, and how do you get your program implemented and get these guys ready to go, and then start off with a premier game like a Hall of Fame Classic? That's a lot on a new administration.
Well, let me say this. It's sentimental too when you talk about Tennessee State, because I'm gonna give you some sports update, or some sports history.
All right.
My brother L.C. Cole and myself coached at Tennessee State from '96 to '99.
Okay.
We were the only, and I'm gonna say him. He was the only African American coach to ever win predominantly white conference. And not only did he win it one time, he won it twice in '98, '99, and finished #1 in the country at 11-0. And those things that I hear when they brought Eddie George in, they never mentioned the '98 and '99 football season. And some people around this country and don't even know in black college football that's never been done. And I'm talking about your greats of Eddie Robinson. And I know it was against Eddie because back then when they were coaching, they couldn't play white schools.
Right.
Jake Gaithers didn't do it.
Right.
Henry Nicks didn't do it.
Yep.
W.C. Gordon didn't do it.
Yep.
L.C. Cole beat white teams in and out. So I'm real sentimental about that. They brought Eddie in, but they never mentioned those '98, '99 teams. It's not only fair to L.C. Cole and his staff, it's unfair to those Tennessee State student athletes who played during that time.
Absolutely.
You know, and matter of fact, I'm wearing one of my championship deals right there from Tennessee State. So we had a great time there. But you know, and see, that's the thing about, you got to know where our program is. You know, Tennessee State is a perennial losing program now. It ain't back in the 80s when they used to win all the time. Or when LC came in there from 96 to 99, they've been having a long stretch of losing season. So now it takes a different type of coaching up in his mind. Some coaches come in and take over a winning program and be successful. Some coaches that come from a winning program and take over a losing program can't get it going because he don't understand the dynamics of where he's at. So, my thing and always when I came in, what kind of program am I taking over? I took over a pretty losing Tennessee State team that had 9 losing seasons. Alabama State, 9 losing seasons. Lane College, about 15 losing seasons. Texas Southern was 4-40 when I took over that program.
Wow.
So the X's and O's are the easy part. I'm going to the janitor. Hey, make sure this place is clean. I'm going to the secretary. Make sure that ain't nobody hanging out in your office. Make sure everything is cleaned up. To my coaches, don't walk past trash. Equipment manager, let's get the inventory straight. Who's cleaning the field? Let's make sure this field is clean, just like the president's office. Because then I'm going to be calling the head maintenance guy and say, look here, I need to get these showers working.
Yeah.
Because you can believe some college level, they don't even use the shower no more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's where team camaraderie come in. Not saying they in there doing, that's team camaraderie. So, those are places that I started shaping up the program. The inside nucleus is the X's and O's, but everything around it makes the nucleus right.
I can agree with you on that, Coach, because it wasn't too long ago that we almost thought we were going to have a school have its players sit out because they felt undervalued with their facilities, with their travel to games. I mean, they literally were ready to forfeit the entire season at Grambling because the facilities weren't nice, the accommodations weren't nice, the travel wasn't nice. And for a historic Black college like that, with the name on most of the stuff, Eddie Robinson, that just shouldn't be. And like you said, it's more than coming in and doing X's and O's. It's making sure that everything is as clean, as nice, and as respectable as it could possibly be.
And guess what? That don't cost no money. That just costs a little pride. And that's the thing, again, about these guys coming in. Do they have a vested interest in HBCUs?
Yeah.
Those the type of people that we need to be working on campus. And a lot of times, in HBCUs, we think going outside is the best thing when the prize is right up under your nose. I think you need to be able to hire graduates from them universities because they got vested interest in them. They know about them. They know what to expect. They know all where the little things that in the corner and the bumps in the roads at. And to help these students get over that, you got to be willing to give up yourself.
Yeah.
It ain't all about the money,
Right.
when you're dealing with HBCUs.
Right. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how things go for Eddie George and his staff there. Obviously, Grambling has some rebuilding to do coming off of that spring season that they had. It's been a while since Grambling has been winless, so it's going to be interesting to see how they bounce back after a very tough and shortened spring season.
Yes, it's definitely, Grambling's traditionally winning program. Coach Fobbs has started out like he shot out a rocket, won several championships. His coaching ability is going to be tested to see if he can come back and lick his wounds, which I think he is. I know his father, I know the family, they're a football family, and I know he'll come back and do the right thing and get them back on the right track.
Yeah, again, hearing you say that and knowing that you've been out there, how do you figure out a coach like that? A coach that comes in and all of a sudden they shoot right to the top and then you got them on your schedule again. What do you look for as a coach? Do you look for tendencies or do you go pull old game films? What do you do, Coach? Oh, we lost you. Okay, there you are. You back. We lost you.
When a coach jump off and taking over a bad program and jump off to a winning season, a lot of times, things was there, just the coach before him just didn't get them done or was about to get them done. I know Coach Fobbs came in there after Melvin Spears, who I know is a great recruiter, and he has some players. And sometimes, when you fall off like that, you either get complacent as a coach, you're not recruiting the right kids. So those are things that might have happened. I know he had some trouble in his coaching staff, but again, I think that he'll come back. It's going to be tested, going to be real tested. He's under a lot of fire, under a lot of pressure because Grambling is a traditional strong football program.
Yep. Grambling not about to let you go 0 and something for a couple of years in a row. They're not about to have that.
Sometimes not even 74 if you lose to Southern every year.
Exactly. There are games on that schedule you've got to win. We got Coach Johnny Cole joining us here on the lunch break. I'm going to be over in Atlanta this weekend for the MEAC SWAC Challenge. Of course, the biggest school of late in the MEAC has moved over to a traditionally white conference. That's North Carolina A&T. You got North Carolina Central under head coach Trey Oliver about to take on Alcorn State under legendary head coach McNair. I don't know. Both of those teams are coming off of, less than favorable seasons. So it's going to be interesting to see how they get off. Any thoughts about North Carolina Central and Alcorn this Saturday?
Well, watching Coach McNair as a player and now as a coach, and they've been wanting to push him in that position, and he came in at a great time, and he took it over, and he's done a great job. So I don't look them to rebuild. I just look at them to reload. They do a great job of recruiting over there and getting those kind of players. And so, I look for him to be victorious. They've practiced a whole year without playing.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's a difference between practicing and playing. So he has a veteran team and bringing that quarterback back that he have. I think they're going to be okay. I look for them to win that game, and I look for them to win it big.
Yeah, I got you because, again, I know Coach Oliver's got some challenges out there with North Carolina Central. They've had a tough time in a division that a lot of people say has been dominated by North Carolina A&T, but they forget FAMU had the best record in that division. They were just on probation and could not compete postseason, but they had the better record in that division, and now FAMU is coming to the SWAC.
Yeah, Coach Simmons was a great fit for that place. He's from that area. He has a long background of coaching and successful coaching. He did a super job at Prairie View, and man, that was a great timing hire for Florida A&M, and he's put Florida A&M back on the map. And it's hard not to win in Florida when you sit down there with all them great athletes. Man, you from there. It's very important to coach a place where you kind of folks watch you grow up at.
Right.
It's a difference when you walk into a house when anybody else. He's like anybody else. If Nick walk in at 7 and he walk in at 8, he gonna get the same attention from them parents because because Florida A&M is a winning program.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's take one more stroll and then we got to go, Coach. Let's stroll down to this Labor Day Classic. Your alma mater, Texas Southern University, against a very good Prairie View that once again got hit hard by COVID. But before COVID hit them, they were rolling, Doc. They were rolling. Yeah,
Coach Dooley, he's been building his program, and it's showtime for him this year.
Yeah.
He's got to make a stand. He's been playing well the first half, and then he falls off in the second half. He's got to stay consistent, him and the staff and his players, and keep the confidence. My alma mater, wow. We hadn't won a game in 18 years, and we've only won 28 games since my last day of coaching. And, we got to get out of rebuilding stage and what's happening. I think every coach we bring in wants to tear everything down and start back over.
Gotcha.
I don't think you do that in those type of programs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think you try to use all the positive and go with some of the positive and then build on top of the negative. Not tear the negative down, build on top of it.
Gotcha.
And I think, you know, once again, you know, we talked about older coaches and young coaches. When you've been around and been there, you know, you don't have to come in and blow the ship up and start building up. Because in this day and time, it's microwave attitudes. Hey, baby, what have you done for me lately?
Yeah.
And so, you know, he's coming into his third year. And, you know, Coach McKinney's doing the best he can. And, you know, hopefully he can surprise some people this year. You know, we need a win. When you ain't won in a while, you know, it seeks into everything. You know, your kids, you got to be successful. And he's got to be successful tough. You know, I thought the schedule that they had this year was not one that I would have had. You know, you open up with Prairie View, which you say is already a good football team enrolling. And then you got Baylor and Rice the next 2 weeks. You know, that's tough, starting off 0-3 again, and you ain't won since 18. But, hey, I'm over here. I ain't coaching. He's over there. They know more about it than I do. I'll just give you my point of view of it. You know, Texas Southern, I bleed maroon and gray. It'll always be my school. But
Coach, your sound went out on us, but we got.
I'm back. I'm sorry, but but you know, hey, you know, I'll be there. I'll definitely be there. I'll be there for homecoming, and I'll come down and make sure I try to get past there and holler at Coach McKinney and see, you know, what I can do to help.
Yeah. I'm going to agree with you on that. Prairie View is one of those games that you're supposed to win. You can't lose against Prairie View your whole career and expect to keep a career as a head coach of Texas Southern. No shade at Coach McKinney, but you just got to pull that one in. And then, like you said, to have Baylor and to have Rice, I mean, hey, I remember a year when Prairie View took Rice to the limit. So
yes.
TSU's got to play them well. Maybe you don't play well against Baylor, but, you know, at least be respectable in those games. That's what you got to walk away with. And then you got to get some wins in the SWAC conference. So, Coach, we got to get ready to go. But do me a favor. Tell everybody where they can find you and follow you. And I cannot wait to get ready for this HBCU stroll.
Well, I'm on Facebook. And then they can catch me on Instagram at Cold-Blooded 9 at Instagram. And then you always can call Coach Cole, 334-318-1141.
I love that, man. Coach said, here go my number. You want me, you call me.
Yeah, I talk football, man, all day. I get calls from all my ex-players and fellow guys, fellow coaches that I've worked with. And, you know, I love this game. And, you know, you never know where I end up at. Right now, I'm still up in the stands and talking on the radio with you. So, you know, but I'm in a great place. Just dropped my son off at Texas Southern. So now I got 2 kids over there at Texas Southern in college. So I'm doing great.
Well, Coach, it's just a matter of time for that ring comes. But until then, we're going to take this HBCU stroll. We're going to talk SWAC. We're going to talk MEAC. We're going to talk it all every week right here on the lunch break. And I appreciate you making the time for it. So let's do it. Let's do it. And
all right. Football time.
Football time. All right. Coach, you have a good one. Safe trip up to the game. And we'll talk to you next Monday.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, Coach. And Coach Johnny Cole, it's going to be on. We're going to do the HBCU stroll. Y'all get ready for it right here on the lunch break. Let me take my break. We're going to wrap it up after this on the legendary KYOK.
1140 AM and 90.
Coach, thank you. I appreciate it.
I appreciate it too, man. We're gonna get this thing rocking.
All right, I'll talk to you before next Monday, okay?
Okay.
All right, then.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Medicare has introduced some new benefits to help consumers during these cautious COVID
19 times. They realize many of you don't want to leave your home to visit a doctor. So now you can get a remote patient monitoring device shipped to your home at little or no cost to you. Now your doctor can identify your problems in real time, which could potentially save your life. Victory Medical can easily ship this monitoring device directly to your home at little or no cost to you. If you have high blood pressure or diabetes and you're covered by Medicare, make this free call right now to see if you qualify for a new remote patient monitoring device. Call now.
800-213-9527. 800-213-9527. 800-213-9527. That's 800-213-9527.
Do you have a home that you don't want anymore? We can buy it from you within 24 hours, any home, size, or condition. For over 20 years, we've been buying homes for cash and helping homeowners sell their homes immediately, with no listings or strangers walking through your home. Are you moving? Did you lose your job? Going through a divorce? Whatever the reason, if you're in a bind and you know that you need to sell your house fast, call the expert team at I Need to Sell My House Fast. We'll make you a serious cash offer to buy your home in 24 hours and let you walk away from it. No listing, no waiting. Sell any home, any size, any condition now. Call the expert team at I Need to Sell My House Fast. Make this free call now.
800-306-1760. 800-306-1760. 800-306-1760. That's 800-306-1760.
The lunch break with KYOK. Hey, you want some sports with your lunch? Well, tune into the legendary KYOK at the lunch break. And I'm Raven Rogers.
Shout out to Raven Rogers. She came in fourth at the Prefontaine Classic, and I should be having her on the show very soon. Now that race is over and the season is over, she ought to have some time to join us. I really want to do it in a very special way, so y'all stay tuned for that. But you heard the big announcement. The HBCU stroll, a couple of Noops going to walk down the football fields of the HBCUs. Coach Cole, Johnny Cole, who was a championship winning coach at Texas Southern, is going to cover the SWAC. I'll be talking about the MEAC and some of the other conferences, and we are going to let you know every week about what went on that weekend on the HBCU stroll. So sponsors, I'm going to give y'all a shot to sponsor a couple of Noops as we take our HBCU stroll. So y'all get ready. Get ready. Appreciate Coach Cole making the time because, listen, there's a whole lot of other stuff he could be doing, but I appreciate him making the time for us. So if you are a true HBCU fan, look for that every Monday right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK. All right, let me get to some of those preseason games real quick, and then we'll get to Sybil Wilkes, and we'll wrap it up. All right, so preseason action. Friday night, it was the Chiefs beating the Arizona Cardinals 17-10. I've said it again. My focus is on the head coaching for the Arizona Cardinals. Is Cliff Kingsbury the man in Arizona? We're going to see. Great interview, though, with J.J. Watt. J.J. Watt's got a different fire under him that he's had in a long, long time. He doesn't want to be on the pitch count. He doesn't want to be, let's spread it out so he can play all 16 games. J.J. has gone back to working out like he did before the injuries. And he's like, I'm going to give it all I got. I got a lot left in the tank, and I'm not here to just be a cheerleader or a role player. I liked the fire. Again, no humility. All gas, no brakes. I loved it. Great interview with J.J. Watt. I can't wait to see the real deal. The Washington football team beat the Bengals 17-13. Same thing with Cincinnati. Head coach. Is Zach Taylor the man? Is he the right dude to groom the franchise quarterback and Joe Burrow and that young team? To be determined. Washington football team, you got the defense. Will they have the offense under Ryan Fitzpatrick? And then the Broncos beat Seattle 30-3. I thought Teddy Bridgewater played extremely well. Again, not too high, not too low. Just saw some good things out of him. So it's going to be, I don't think they're going to go wrong with whoever they have at quarterback. I think Teddy Bridgewater backing up Drew Lock, or Drew Lock backing up Teddy Bridgewater, gives them a very solid quarterback room. The Raiders beat the Rams 17-16. Why is Nathan Peterman still in the NFL? I'll leave that alone. The Steelers beat the Lions 26-20. And in that one, I had my eye on the quarterbacks for the Steelers. Mason Rudolph, 13 for 18, 138 yards. Big Ben, 8 for 10, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Dwayne Haskins struggled a little bit. So we'll see. Regular season, though, is what I'm looking for there. Ravens beat the Panthers 20-3. The Ravens have won, 19 straight preseason games. If they win this weekend, they break the record. Dolphins beat the Falcons 37-17. Jets beat the Packers 23-14. Everyone is all excited about Zach Wilson. It was a practice game. But hey, you want to go off. The Bills all over the Bears 41-15. And a lot of folks came for the quarterbacking of Andy Dalton. A lot of folks don't like Andy Dalton as the head quarterback. Justin Fields, like, yo, man, the disrespect is unnecessary. All right, let me finish this off and get ready to get out of here. Colts beat the Vikings 12-10. Of course, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers lost to Tennessee 34-3. And the Houston Texans beat the Cowboys 20-14. Tonight, you've got the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Saints at 7 Central. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. The Browns beat the Giants 17-13, and the 49ers beat the Chargers 15-10. All right, that's a wrap. Again, I want to say thank you to head coach Johnny Cole. He will be with me every Monday as we take the HBCU stroll. He'll talk about the SWAC. I'll talk about the other conferences, and we will keep you up on what's going on in the world of HBCU football. Again, he will this weekend be at the Hall of Fame Classic up in Canton, Ohio, Tennessee State versus Grambling. I'll be at the MEAC SWAC Challenge in Atlanta. That'll be North Carolina Central taking on Alcorn State. And we will have very, very much more for you as we take the HBCU stroll every Monday. As always, let's not be divided. Let's be united. I love you. There's nothing you can do about it. Again, wear your mask where you're supposed to, wash your hands like you're supposed to, and be sensitive to people around you. And whatever you do, kill that racism and the bullying. Here's Sybil Wilkes on the lunch break.
It's Sybil Wilkes with what you need to know. Today is Monday, August 23rd, 2021. Number 1, Texas Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick is under fire after blaming unvaccinated Texans and Democrats for the state's COVID-19 surge. The Lieutenant Governor should get his facts straight. While the vaccination rate among Black people is low compared to other racial and ethnic groups with 29% vaccinated, news and medical sites point out that in terms of raw numbers, the biggest group of the unvaccinated, white people. Number 2, Tropical Storm Henri hit the coast of Rhode Island Sunday afternoon, packing high winds that knocked out power to tens of thousands of homes and bands of rain that led to flash flooding from New Jersey to Massachusetts. Flooding is also responsible for the deaths of over 20 people, and dozens remain unaccounted for in Middle Tennessee over the weekend. A torrential rainfall trapped residents in their homes, closed highways, and prompted multiple water rescues across an area about 45 miles west of Nashville. Number 3, the Reverend Jesse L. Jackson Sr. and his wife, Jacqueline Jackson, have both tested positive for COVID-19. The two are being monitored and treated for their infections at Chicago's Northwestern Memorial Hospital. The 79-year-old civil rights leader and presidential hopeful was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease in November 2017 and fully vaccinated in January. Number 4, Nakia Porter, a 33-year-old Black woman, has filed a lawsuit after she was beaten unconscious by police during a traffic stop in August of 2020. Released body camera video shows the sheriff's deputies push her against her car, punch, kick, and drag her towards their patrol car. The lawsuit alleges a pattern and practice of excessive force in Solana County, California. Ms. Porter was then taken to jail, where she posted $25,000 bail several hours later. Number 5. Rapper Jay-Z continues to spread the wings of his business empire. The artist entrepreneur has built a $1 billion fortune in music, alcohol, art, real estate, and now even more modern revenue avenues. Last week, it was announced that Carter's Cannabis Company made history with the appointment of Troy Datcher, who will be the first Black CEO to lead a major public cannabis organization in the United States. Here's your daily inspiration from Yogi's Jewels. Move in harmony with the peaceful flow of the universe. Join me today live on YouTube and Facebook at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central with the one and only comedian extraordinaire Dominique and social justice activist Coy Malone as we discuss today's top headlines and more. Thank you to our What You Need to Know partner, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. To subscribe to my free daily newsletter, please visit SybylWilkes.com. Be informed, be empowered.
Jesus' name.
The legendary 1140 AM KYOK Conroe and 92.3 FM K222CX Houston.
All right, y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed the show. Please have a blessed rest of your day. And don't forget to tune in every Monday as the coach, Johnny Jones, and AJ take an HBCU stroll. We're going to give you all the latest in Black college football. So y'all be sure to tune into it every Monday. I so appreciate Coach for making himself available to do it. You're going to love it. So again, not this, definitely this. Y'all be safe. Talk to you tomorrow. Talk your team Tuesday. Y'all have a good one.